History is rarely a steady stream of events. More often, it is a series of sharp, violent fractures that change the world forever. In the winter of the Great Conflict, one such fracture occurred. This is the story of the day the war finally ended. The war had lasted decades, leaving behind nothing but scorched earth and empty cities. For the people, hope was a forgotten relic. At the heart of the machine was Minister Viktor Hale, a man who thrived on chaos and commanded through absolute, cold-blooded fear. To the world, he was an untouchable titan. But to Elena Vargas, he was the man who took everything from her. Elena wasn't born a killer. She was a daughter of the valley, until the minister's fire rained down on her home. In the ruins of her life, grief turned into something harder. It turned into a singular, unwavering purpose: vengeance. She spent years in the shadows, training her body and mind. She became a ghost, moving unseen through the cracks of the regime. But a ghost needs a strategist. She found one in Marcus Reed, a man who knew the palace's secrets better than his own. They studied the blueprints for months, every guard rotation, every security camera, every flaw in the minister's iron fortress was mapped out. The plan was simple, yet suicidal. Elena would infiltrate the victory gala, disguised as the very people the minister ignored. One wrong step, one suspicious glance from a guard, and the war would continue for another decade. The tension was suffocating. The Grand Hall was a sea of gold and glass. The elites celebrated their supposed victory, while the world outside continued to bleed. At the center of it all stood Viktor Hale. He was at the height of his power, unaware that his clock was ticking down. Elena watched from the shadows of the upper gallery. She checked her weapon one last time, her breath slow and rhythmic. The music swelled, drowning out the sound of the world. Elena took her position, lining up the shot that would change everything. In that moment, time seemed to stop. She didn't see a minister. She saw the architect of her people's suffering. She pulled the trigger. Not for herself, but for the millions who couldn't. The silence that followed was louder than any explosion. The crystal glass shattered. The music died. The untouchable man fell, and with him, the regime's iron grip began to crumble. Panic erupted. Elena slipped into the service tunnels, moving with the precision of someone who had already made peace with her fate. Outside, the news spread like wildfire. Soldiers, tired of the slaughter, began to lay down their arms. The chain of command was broken. By dawn, the city was quiet for the first time in 20 years. The war hadn't ended with a treaty, but with a single bullet. Elena returned to the place where it all began. The ruins were still there, but the air felt different. It felt like peace. Nature began its slow work of reclaiming the battlefields. Life, persistent and quiet, started to grow back where only iron once sat. The world moved on, but it never forgot. If one decision could change history, would you make it?